What's up, everybody?
Yeah?
Hula again.
Oh, sweet. Okay, how's it going? Everybody's worked up today. Everybody's worked up, and I mean, it's only Monday. So
Yeah,
everybody's worked up on,
yeah. Everyone's
built up over the weekend,
built up
lots
over
of
the
frustration.
weekend. Obviously, it's Monday. Yeah? Must be Monday.
Must be Monday.
Mm.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jonathan, and we do this series every Monday and Friday. For those of you who don't know, it's called On the Mat. And I moved my family to Fiji in 2020, me and my wife Stephanie, and our two kids, Eliki and Sevanaya. And we started this journey with our brand, the Waka brand. And our whole intention is to find creative ways of employing people through the use of our resources. And so originally that started out with farming, but you know, things change over time and we've had to adapt. And so 4.5 years later, here we are doing a bunch of social media stuff. Got the media company, got a little tiny coffee shop in Sanganga, and got some stuff going on the farm as well. And yeah, it's been a journey and it's a pleasure to have your guys' support. But today's live is actually brought to you guys by one of our newest partners who wants you guys to know about what they do in the Vanuatu area. And the sponsor today is James Rentals, okay? James Rentals is a rental car company out of Savu Savu. And they have everything from small little like hybrid cars to your big SUVs and everything in between. You got your twin cabs, little Jimneys. Stephanie loves the Jimny. And yeah, I've been talking with the owners. Some of you guys have messaged me asking, can somebody pick me up at the airport and like take me to Savu Savu? And I've organized with James, and they actually have organized the rental cars,
Bringing the car all the way.
like picking the people up from Mombasa Airport, even getting them hooked up with a rental car. If you guys do fly into Savu Savu though, they can bring the rental car right to the airport, and then you guys can just take it from there. So
that is so convenient.
it is.
Yeah.
So I think the cars, the baseline cars are like 120 a day, and like their nicest 4x4s are 280. So
A day.
yeah, a day. So that gives you guys a range. And they also have some villas as well in Savu Savu. So we're going to be putting together a package for you to, advertise to you guys. But for anybody who's coming into Vanuatu and you guys need a rental car, look up James Rental. We've got their Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok pages going. And they also have a website, so you guys can go check that out. So James Rental in Savu Savu. Thank you guys for sponsoring the live today. And we're sorry about the background noise, guys, but the cicadas, or the kakalus, are in season right now. And so I was talking to an expert, actually, because we made that post about the cicadas, we got a ton of messages. And one of the people who messaged me was a girl who's working on her PhD, and her thesis is on cicadas in Fiji. And so she nerded out with me, actually gave her a call, and so there's actually I didn't know this up until like 48 hours ago, but on the $100 bill, you guys will notice that there's a cicada on the Fijian $100 bill, which everybody knows is Nanai. I think Nanai is actually written on it underneath.
Yeah, Nanai.
But Nanai is actually a cicada from Serua. There's 20 different types of cicadas in Vitilevu, and she said there's 4 known types of cicadas in Vanuatu. So kakalu, what we call it here, is actually a name that originated in Savu Savu. So there's a cicada in Savu Savu, it's just called kakalu. So she doesn't actually know if this is actually the right name for this one. It might be a different species of cicada. Yeah. So she was explaining to me, like, there's some cicada species in... You guys don't care at all about this, but I'm going to bore you about it anyways, because I had a PhD student talk to me about it, and I found it interesting. So here we go. Cicada species in the U.S. hatch every like 13 or 17 years. And the Nanai, I think, is every 7 years. And so I told her this happened exactly on this date 3 years ago, like this hatch with all these kakalu. Yeah. And so she was like, whoa, I can't believe like this. She's like, are you sure? And I like pulled up my phone and I sent her the picture, a screenshot, September 9th, 2021. And so she said, that is like the first cicada that she's heard of in Fiji that has a 3-year life cycle.
Life cycle.
So she said these cicadas, they exist for 3 weeks. Their whole purpose of existing is to mate and lay eggs. They lay eggs in the ground. Those eggs lay dormant for like 3 years. And then they hatch and they crawl out of the ground up the trees, and you see those like empty carcass shells that are like on the trees. That's their nymph stage. And so they go straight from nymph to adult. And so they crack out the back of the shell and they come out with their wings. And they become these flying crazy bugs that we have everywhere right now. And they exist for like, 3 weeks. Mate. And so the ones that make noise are the male ones. The ones that are quiet are the females. So the males are, hey baby, baby, listen to me. Come on. The males are the females in Kuroi's world.
3 years.
Yeah.
This one 20 years.
I will just show everybody
Okay,
who's
yeah.
in the live right now.
Yeah, this is Kuroi.
Kuroi.
That is Alan. You guys see Alan? He's in a lot of our YouTube videos.
And John from Thailand.
And so we were all out. We were all out spearfishing today and getting in one last session. I leave on Friday for Canada, for those of you who don't know. So I wanted to leave behind a bunch of fish for my grandma, so that this stock the freezer a little bit before I go. And also free the old mind while I go fishing. And so they're waiting on a cooler to come from somewhere in Fiji, an esky from Mombasa, I think. And so we're like, hey, we're gonna do a live. So they're like, okay, yeah, we'll join. So they're sitting in the background. So if you guys hear lots of laughing, it's them making ladyboy jokes in the background, apparently.
Famous fisherman in Mavata.
Yeah. Yes, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have seen Alan a bunch if you guys watch our YouTube videos. So Alan is our connect for the ocean. So
He knows every single.
we could go to the ocean.
Single fish.
We could go to the ocean a lot, but we would never catch any fish, So that explains why Alan is here with his friend John, and why Kuroi is doing what he's doing, whatever he does.
How's the fishing though?
The fishing was mediocre. It was bad visibility today.
It's a lot of rain.
I mean, the experience is always like the best. But I mean, like, I guess if you have to rate the fishing, there's been better days, I guess. But like, it's always fun. Yeah. It's always a bad day on the water is always better than a good day at work. So they say, and I agree with that.
Homeschooling lesson on cicadas. Oh, nakalusi.
Oh yeah, there you go. So take it from me. I'm also a PhD.
In.
Yeah. Huh?
PhD from Thailand.
Yo, PhD in Thailand.
Okay. So what do we got on? So I just found out that it's flooding, apparently,
Wait, Nandi's flooding.
in Suva.
Kino, fishing the road.
Oi.
When the taxi comes there, can see the tire.
Really?
Can't seem to.
So
Oh. I'm trying to look for the.
we put
article.
together a bunch of talking points, but I don't think that any of the
Yeah, they haven't put up anything about.
Fiji Village and everything has not put up anything about it yet.
I saw it on Fiji Village page.
Oh yeah. Hey. Last night.
Tui's not been checking the right
Okay,
thing.
yeah, maybe.
Dude, you know Ubaid, the boxer? Ubaid, what's his name? Ubaid Haider.
No.
Oh.
There was a boxing match in the weekend?
Yeah, because Sonny Bill Williams flew in, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
so
yeah,
he's,
the one in Fiji.
Yeah.
The one they said they and
He used to be called Nathan Singh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in a coma.
Nathan Singh.
Yeah. He's in a coma still.
He's one heavyweight champion of Fiji in Fiji.
They said who the other opponent
Fijian
was
guy almost beat him.
using
last time
drugs
he fought.
or something.
Huh?
He denied that he was on drugs.
No.
I saw an article about it.
Tapos may Doran Betterman yang kon.
So he's our what?
Nguno rambe.
What weight class is he? Featherweight.
Who? Nathan Singh.
Mm.
No heavyweight. It's the big guy.
Yeah, him denies rumors of drug use in boxing event.
Bula everybody, by the way. Bula.
Yeah, bula.
Sorry. So what happened? I'd like some, No freaking way, dude. Lancito died?
Yeah.
What?
He died.
Dude, I just went to his restaurant like 4 days ago.
Oh, you saw the article I put there? Yeah.
Well,
Sito.
Correcito.
Iyo. Esa.
Shoot.
Sangay Momo.
He was 60 years old, it says here.
Yeah, it happened.
Whoa.
They think it happened on Friday because staff was trying to reach him on Friday and couldn't get
I
a
have a
hold of him.
conspiracy theory about this.
And they just found his body this morning.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who maybe don't know, Lancito is Fijian Gordon Ramsay,
Yeah.
which means he's yeah. very like all the cooking shows and everything in Fiji. He was like a judge, or he was you know, TV channels show people how to
Yeah,
cook.
he was on the show.
Yeah, he was on TV all the time. So I just went to his restaurant last week, Kanu, and I had their spicy tuna burger or something. It's good. I expected a tuna steak for
Did you
whatever
make it?
reason. I don't know why, but I expected just like in Fiji you order food and I just thought it'd be something very simple, but it was like a very beautiful, like it had like a bunch of herbs and spices in it.
Right.
It was very good. But
You met him?
no, he wasn't there.
No.
In his Suva home this morning.
Yeah, he was a good dude. R.I.P. Mr. Lanciro.
Wow. Wow.
Also, the boxing was a cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Man, so many headlines today.
Yeah. Hey, Bolo Gabby, you met my friend. Oh, you met DJ Gabby, yeah?
I did.
He's
here.
He sent me. Yeah, he's on the live right now.
Oh, sweet.
He sent me the photo of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, we met in town. It's like, hey.
He's like, dude, Gabby, like, your introduction of yourself is so, like, low-key. Because I met him, and he was with another, I can't remember the girl that he was with. He was with a bunch of girls, actually. There's so many girls. No, but he's with another girl, and he introduced himself, and he's like, Gabby. I'm like, oh, nice to meet you, Gabby. And then he's like, Gabby from the live, and I'm like, dude, Gabby? No, I'm like, dude, hey, come on. They gotta be like, hey, I'm Gabby from the live, you know? Because he almost walked away, and I didn't even know like who he was. And I'm like, well, didn't you leave the country? He's like, yeah, I left, and I came back. I'm like, oh, jeez, baller. Baller. So Lazala opened their actually before we move on to that, where is this Lazala hangar? Oh, at the Nandi airport. $30 million hangar. So I believe Lazala is owned by the owner of Red Bull. Is that real?
Yeah, that's what I heard. And then he sold it
Oh, he sold it?
to Forbes.
Oh, okay.
You know the brand Forbes?
Because now it's, and when you see advertisements on Facebook, it's Como. C-O-M-O, Lazala Island.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Como is. Como or Nathan Singh. Also, it's a hotel chain. It's like, it's a group of hotels. So like IHG owns like Grand Pacific, Holiday Inn, Intercon. That's an international hotel group, right? So Como is like a hotel group like that.
Okay.
But they opened a $30 million hangar in Nandi Airport just the other day. And, you know, it's funny. I was talking to a gentleman who, I was like, he's been to Lazala a few times. and if you go to Lazala a few times, you've obviously something, a thing or two about business, and he's fairly convinced that it's not like a for-profit kind of hotel, the way that it's set up. Like they have like 150 staff at all times, no matter who's at the hotel, and so the thing is, he said, it's like all the times that he's been there, like you never see any other staff. You have one person who's assigned to you, like for your stay, and they're the only person that you'll ever see, unless you're like at dinner where there's a waitress or something like that. But other than that, like when you walk out of your hotel room, you can like go like two ways. If you're like one way is like activities, all of a sudden there'll be like a caddy and a golf cart waiting for you at the golf course. If you go to like where the bike shop is, there'll be like a couple mountain bikes ready for you over here. If you go the other way, they'll have your like towels and everything ready by the swimming pool. And then at night you can be like, I want to eat at the Japanese restaurant, and you'll go there and it's fully like
Just Japanese.
fully set up, like full chef and everything, and it might only be you and your wife.
From Thailand.
If you want Thai, if you want Thai,
Thai sauce, Thai sweet chili sauce.
oh yeah,
Yeah, everything there.
everything is there.
Everything Thai.
Massage from one Thai girl.
But to my understanding, it's to go and stay at Lazala. It's like a minimum 6-figure stay. Like you're spending minimum 6 figures
How much?
for her.
3 to 400,000.
Yeah.
40,000 or 400.
Huh?
What did you say? 50,000.
No, 300.
100,000.
Dude.
He went there 3 times. Each time, you have to spend like 300,000. Terus hari ini bayar itu ngayon.
Yeah.
So
One of my friends used to work there, and his job was just climbing the coconut trees and cleaning it.
yeah, like just like taking down the branches and stuff.
Branches, coconut.
So I knew a guy who also did like yard maintenance or whatever you want to call it, like arborist, I guess. Like looking after the trees. And so the way that when there's like deadfall or branches that look like they might be dying, they're not allowed to just cut them with like a chainsaw or a knife. They're not allowed to like have like clean cuts. Everything has to look like nature did it. So you have to like undercut the branch, and then like you have to like break it off so it looks like everything is, because a chainsaw makes like a clean cut, right? But like they're not allowed to, or just like coconut leaves like that, they can't just like chop them down. Like
Even I think in local too, the coconuts, they're not allowed to fall on the ground. We have nets.
so it doesn't dent the.
So when
It doesn't damage
it
the-
falls on the net, not straight to the ground.
It's nuts.
Yeah, man.
Catch it with your like Messi.
Yeah.
Shoo!
They have Red Bull. Oh, the Red Bull owner, Dietrich. Dude, this guy's name is really hard.
Yeah, it is. Dietrich something.
Austrian.
Dietrich Bonhoeffer, the famous theologian.
Austrian. He's an Austrian.
Okay, what's with all the people dying? So prominent chef, chef.
Yeah, that's it.
Prominent chef found dead.
Yeah.
I said chief. Speaking of chief, the president has stepped down. So in Fiji, the president is the high chief of Maduata, where we're from. And so when I was talking to him a few months ago at the coffee shop, I actually asked him if he would do a podcast with me. And he was like, no, I can't while I'm in office. But after, he said, yeah, we can do something after.
Okay, we
But
can
he was
take
like,
it
but I'm
back.
going to run again, and so maybe after my second term. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be forever. And then, yeah, now he's not
Stepping down,
stepping down.
so we can take it there.
Yeah, we can go do it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we should call him, actually. Yeah, now that he's going to be done. Actually, before he leaves office, we should get him. So he can, like, stir the pot, and then he can just, like,
Yo.
get some, like, what was in the JFK files? You know? Ask him some questions that he'll know nothing about.
Bulan from Northern Territory, Australia.
Who's there? Who's in Northern Territory?
Joe
Territory.
Sorowale.
Oh. Bula Joe. Thank you for joining.
Bulu Emosi came there last week to put up the A1 sign tents for the funeral.
Oh yeah.
Kanum Dokoro.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a big funeral here last week. There was probably, well, over the 2 days there was 2,000 people here, I think. Eh? No. Yeah, the last 2 days, eh? So the day before the funeral and the funeral, there was this village right now that probably has like 30 of us here. There's 2,000 people here. And it was the biggest lovo that I've ever seen in my life, like earth oven. There was an earth oven at the back corner of the village, and they put 1,000 dalo inside.
Oh, oh yeah, at the back there.
Yeah.
And then there's another one across. You're saying?
Yeah?
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then this side.
Imagine an earth oven with 1,000 taro inside.
Oh. You have to be sure.
Dude, we used the tractor with the carrier on the back. We brought up 5 loads of rocks from the river. And it took one 3-ton full of firewood just for that one lobo.
Kailan ginangan buka?
We went down to the logo.
Yeah, I have the picture.
Like this from here, this end to the end of the
End of the end.
From this end to that end. That end.
Bell end.
Hey, he knows. He knows. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that.
No, yeah.
Bell end. She knows.
She knows.
So that, can you see it there?
Yeah, there.
So the red is just the outline of the actual.
No.
See it? That's Kuroy standing aside.
Nasa bulot ko. Oy. Wana na bu Dr. Fong ya, Dr. Fong ya.
Dr. Fox. Ha? Kung ano boleh ko naman sama. Waktu sampai nilalang musi. Narelang. Oh, Ovin. Tosar kan kirim buka ngambuka dulu.
Doon dulu suli.
Doon lantalo be ono ber simi tu tang tebok.
Taman lobo. Ha? Makain na may omaya ba? Bau.
Terus tapi buat mewah. Kenapa?
Angko da?
So, okay, so there's a bunch of flooding apparently?
Yeah.
Bunch of flooding
Yeah,
in Vitilevu?
Past weekend.
Wow. So we put out a post yesterday that is for our version of going viral is viral. Feels viral for us. So it's got 687 shares, and maybe I should just play it, eh?
And just
BC and the Fiji and Itoke Church. It's rough. We've been here 6 years, and I feel like I can speak on this. You know, there's a top-down hierarchical leadership that still exists that mirrors some of the hierarchical leadership that exists in culture. There's a village organizational structure that moved directly into the church.
What is the problem with that, or what are the potential roadblocks?
It creates a man at the top. It puts a man at the top and gives him a position that's extra biblical. There's a Taranga mentality. It's a rough way of saying it, but it's just what I've seen, where he's separate and there's a lack of reality. There's not a Christ-likeness in the position. Jesus is the man that sits down with the tax collectors and the prostitutes, that has a drink of water with a woman that he shouldn't be having a drink of water with. And that's a challenge. Again, this is not everybody, but it's consistent enough to be noticeable.
Okay. So, I think like 24 hours in, they were at like 145,000 views and like almost 700 shares and 500 comments. So,
just last night it reached
people are getting worked up about it.
100K.
Yeah, hey?
Last night, yeah.
And it's an interesting topic, which we will, if you guys, the reason I'm showing it is because like, that is a snippet of a conversation, a long conversation. So if you guys actually want to hear like what Dave was talking about, you guys should go listen to the podcast because that's where we're talking about the church. And so what is important for us to understand as Christians is that culture and church are separate. And so when we're talking about like the Fijian church, we're talking about the church in Fiji, not the village and not the Fijian culture. Because like when the Bible has been introduced, you are called to follow the ways of Jesus, not mix things and figure out what works and how does it work. It's like, hey, if the culture of Jesus doesn't line up with our culture, then we leave our culture. Yes, there are ways that we can do this, obviously, in ways that are advantageous, but it is a long and drawn out conversation that we have. It's like an hour and a half, so if you guys want to go listen to it, go and listen to it. Western church is also hugely messed up, but that's why I send the post. The whole church is messed up because the church is made up of all messed up people and broken people. In the same way that like I don't have Muslim friends and judge them based on the Muslim guys who carried out 9/11 or Palestinians who kill Israelis. Like this is not like a one shoe fits all conversation.
Yeah.
And Western church has not figured out church. There are a lot of things, and actually one of my things that I posted like a few weeks ago about how I don't like how much of resources get attributed to just Sunday mornings comes from my frustrations with the Western church.
Yeah.
So I have frustrations with all church, but I'm a messed up person and people have frustrations with me and God is frustrated with me too. So this is not like a white people no more than Fijian people or Fijian church is better than white man's church. This is not the conversation, right? And so, yeah, we obviously set the video up to you so that like it got people stirred up. So thank you, Tui.
Yeah. I believe he just pointed out something that we all know,
Yeah.
like the silent truth.
There was one guy, yeah.
That it just it's a conversation, around with friends or with people, but you asked for his opinion, you asked for what his views are,
Yeah.
and he shared it, and it's like he was saying, it's not something that that he just found out. He had this conversation with locals, with Fijians, with
Yeah, and so,
pastors.
yeah, exactly. And Dave has not just been like a guy who's just sitting on the outside looking at church,
Yeah.
like not going to church. He's not only is he going to church, but he's actually been involved with, he was asked by churches in Fiji to come in and help them with church.
Yeah.
And so what he's speaking from is like, I know some people are like, 6 years, big deal. You think you know the Fijian culture? Once again, we're not talking about Fijian culture, we're talking about the Fijian church. He was brought in because he comes from a very, very successful church in the States that has been doing amazing things, and so they wanted to like take some of the things that he knows from the church that he goes to and integrate it. And so that's his experience. It's not just being an attendee, it's actually been asked to be like a consultant for these churches. So yeah.
And it's in
But go ahead.
like I would love to see us Fijians take that and like share your opinions rather than trying to attack.
Yeah, well, it's hard when it comes from a white guy.
Yeah.
That's what people find hard. They're like, oh, white guy, colonialism, we've been settled and it's like, I get it. And I think if Dave, as a white guy, expresses his opinions in America, or like these opinions are expressed in Canada, it's such a melting pot of cultures that people don't just like, oh, white person talking about a culture, it's bad, But when a white guy talks about something in a place where he's not from, people are very triggered because it harkens back to the days of where like, hey, white man wanted to control everything, and teach us new ways and like his ways better than our ways. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this conversation, the same conversation can be had in a different place with a different reaction. But the majority, like the overwhelming majority of comments on that video and shares have been because people agree with it. Yes, there are a few who disagree, but there was like, one guy was like ruthless. He was like, I couldn't agree more with this statement. Actually, like, it's amazing how like Tautalas will like, come to my village, and then like me and the youth have to like plant this cassava, and then his wife is not willing to like go fishing with the ladies. So like our moms have to like supply them with fish, and we have to plant their gardens. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like you're saying, like there are a lot of people who are triggered positively, I think, because of it.
Yeah,
And
it's
so,
not a one-sided thing.
No.
Yeah, after we did that podcast that night, I was like, bro, high five, man. Like, you just, the thought took the thought out of it's just like
like you're already having that thought. Yeah.
Like I said, like we all Fijians, I don't know about the rest, but like it's something that we know, like the silent truth.
And you know
But
who's
it's
really
just
hurt by
nobody
it?
has to talk about it.
Yeah. The butthurt people are the people who are like woke people. But like the people who live like this in the village, they're the people who really understand how the Fijian system works. Like, I went to World Harvest Center over the last couple weeks. Like, if you live in Suva, you go to World Harvest, you might not feel the same way. If you're in Vanuatu and you live in a small village, or if you're on an outer island, then you might feel a similar way.
Yeah.
And there's a greater chance, I'm saying. Right? So, I'm also willing to have on somebody who really, like, disagrees with the topic and would love to come and have a conversation. Because I'm not, like, I just want to talk to people. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all this
Just trying
platform
to
is about.
create.
I don't just need to talk to people who agree with whatever. Like, let's talk about it.
Have the hard
Yeah.
conversation, hard, true conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I love this platform. Is we have this conversation.
Yeah.
And talk about the hard truths. And it's up to people who receive it, and there will always be a negative and a positive feedback from people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Somebody saying, I preached this on one Sunday and I received silent injunction. It's okay to speak the truth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
And another one say 6 years is a long time to collect data, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, same goes. I don't know if you've seen the Methodist conference where Reverend Lal.
Oh, yeah.
about this
He was
as
my old
well.
pastor, eh?
Yeah, he is a pastor.
No, he was my old pastor.
Yeah.
In
and-
Nandi.
Yeah, oh, he is?
Yeah.
He's my old pastor here in Indian Methodist.
Oh, he was my old pastor first, though.
Oh,
Just kidding.
Hey, shit.
Before you, he was my pastor.
Yeah, he was our
And then
pastor.
even, yeah, actually, it's actually funny because it's true, because he went from Nandi, he came up to Lambasa.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh.
After he was in the church where we were going to Nandi, he came up to Lambasa, yeah.
Yeah,
He's a great guy, eh?
Whoa,
Dude.
we always love to go during youths.
Yeah.
Like on Fridays.
He's an amazing
and he'd
man.
Preach to us.
Yeah.
That's why I attended that church, because I just heard him once.
Yeah, and you're like,
and
that's
he
it.
preached, okay, I'm gonna go because I love this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He speaks the hard
He
truth.
roasted, yeah.
He roasted pretty much all of that.
Dude, and you want to speak in English? He'll
Yeah,
speak in English.
he
You want to
speak
speak in
in
Fijian? Boom,
Yeah,
Fijian. He'll just, in his sermons, he'll just go
Yeah.
Hindi,
Yeah.
Fijian,
Yeah.
English, Hindi, Fijian,
Yeah.
English. Okay.
You
He's
know-
such a gifted person.
I was talking with one of my uncle who works in Westpac,
Oh, yeah?
because he was part of he was our Tirara at that time. So I was like, man, it would be so good if we have Tal Reverend here to come and like chat with us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he would love it. He would love
Who?
to come. Tal Reverend
Lal?
Lal. Reverend Lal. What's his name? Reverend Lal Muhammad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name.
Actually, that's a
What's
good call.
Tal Reverend Lal.
I was going to say it there, okay?
Reverend Lal.
Even
Reverend Lal.
Roy didn't say anything. So,
Reverend Lal. Yeah.
yeah.
And he said, I can pass him his contacts and he can.
Yeah,
chat
because
with
he's your old pastor, he's
Yeah.
my old pastor.
Yeah.
Him and my dad were very close.
him. You, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Reverend La will be really
We'll get
good
him
to
on.
come.
We'll get him on.
Yeah, talk about this more.
Sweet. All right, guys, we're gonna end this now because I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
So this will be our last live.
Yeah, we'll
Until
see.
you
I
come
might
back.
I might squeeze one out before we leave.
Okay.
But or I'll just do a live in the airport.
Hmm.
Could do that too.
You're going on Friday. I'm going on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Hey.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hmm.
Thank you to James Rental for sponsoring this live. Like I said, guys, if you guys want rental cars in Vanua, I know that I've hooked some of you guys up already with James Rental, and they picked you guys up from Lambasa Airport and taking you guys to Sabusawu. If you guys need pickups in Sabusawu, they'll drop the rental car off right there and then get you guys hooked up. So they also have villas. We're going to be putting together a package so that you can just book the villa, get the rental car and the villa as one solid package as well. So thank you guys for sponsoring the podcast, James Rental. And thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys very, very soon. And safe travels to Tui. And maybe the next time you guys see me, I'll be in Canada.
I'll be in Vanuatu. We should do one live from there. I'll do one live from Vanuatu.
Yeah, true, right?
Yo.
Okay,
Yo.
sweet. All right, peace.
What are they?
Ang kita kalau may tele.